What you're currently watching is a speedrunning tournament called Midseason Showdown. All of these players are playing on the exact same world with the exact same luck. So if one person kills a blaze rod and gets a rod, everybody else will. As the name implies, it's a showdown in the middle of the season. So it's not the championship at the very end, that'll happen in a couple of months. But this tournament is really unique in that the top 12 players participate in it. Normally, they're already locked into the championship, and so they don't play in these massive tournaments. And so it's a great opportunity to pit yourself against the best players and see how good you really are. And this is why I was really excited to play the Midseason Showdown. You need to hit a couple qualifications to play, so there are only about 100 of us. I think here only 70 showed up. Before starting, I was ranked 74, so I didn't have any crazy expectations of myself, but I felt pretty confident. Without further ado, this is my performance in Midseason Showdown.
Here's my top 10 that are gonna finish at some point today. Silver, or top 4, this is my hot take. Hax, Loki, Dougal, Draconics, Silver, Danny, Ral, Mungie, Anju, Crimson. That's my take. If RecRep makes top 10, I will lose my mind.
Now that I've done a couple tournaments like this, I don't feel so nervous I'm gonna die, but I definitely wasn't completely locked in with this first seed, trying to build the portal, like, first thing first. It's just, like, really awkward. I, like, have to re-pick up some netherrack, and it's just slow overall.
Parker looks a little bit confused. Parker looks a little bit lost, but that's okay. I think first person to enter here is probably gonna be, Hax or Loki. Dougal looks a little bit flustered as well.
So I lose 10 or 15 seconds getting my portal set up, but my good friend Curry was streaming this, and I was one of his POVs that he was watching. And so I'll be cutting back and forth between that, and honestly, I might not even talk for some of this because it got pretty intense for me at some point.
We can also see the gold axe versus stone axe comparison. Looks like it's about 50-50. We have Parker, Loki, Dougal with the gold axe and everyone else with the stone axe.
Even though I have a slow portal, I think I make up a lot of time deciding to go for the gold axe and shovel play. It's just so much faster, it allows me to get a lot of blocks, and it's a good sign that, like, I don't know, the rank 2 seed and rank 1 seed at the time, like Doog and Loki, or something like that, something similar. They both made that move. And another thing that felt really good was I wasn't really nervous. I was just, like, kind of locked in playing. I think my mental was really good going into this.
What I'd recommend is, if it's a little bit overwhelming, find one person that you want to watch, like Hax or Dougal or Danny or Parker. Focus on them, and if I call something out on the other screen, then you just look for a second. That's probably the best way to watch it. It's double triple. Parker was not able to grab the chest, but is going to go up and grab it now. Stables has been the bastion recently that has had the most meta changes. Let's see if any of their routes stick up to my double triple. I think my double triple is just better than all of theirs.
I don't really know what Curry's double triple is, but I have a gold pick here, so everything's feeling buttery fast, buttery smooth. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have used the word butter there. Point is, a gold pickaxe makes everything so fast, especially this route. This is double triple. This is pretty much, I think this is, yeah, the fastest bastion route that you can have. Now, there's an argument for maybe playing lower in the bastion here so I get more gold blocks, but this was just so easy, and it turns out that most other people played this as well, so I'm pretty happy that I made the decision to play double triple
I
here.
think this is a very respectable play. Parker also out. Parker also out. One of the first people out. Hax also out. Dougal raising Pearl Hang. They're all leaving, but Hax and Dougal have a very clean entry to the fort. Parker pearled a little bit too high and doesn't recognize it. Gonna have to dig down, but watch Parker's dig down bottom right. I don't think he's gonna hit the fortress. Oh, he is gonna hit the fortress. I thought he was too far to the right. Really nice from Parker. He's at the spawner, keeping pace with everyone else. Let's go, Parker. Everyone's cranking.
This blaze spawner was really messy. I didn't realize how much time I'm losing here to killing this wither skeleton, and then I lose my gold axe. So I just, like, I need another axe, so I have to do all of this pre-crafting here, and it's just wasting so much time. Now, best case scenario, it's not that bad just on where, like, the blazes spawn, but really on most spawners, you want to be getting the blaze bed off as fast as you can. I just didn't overlap any crafting, like, traveling to the spawner, and it was just a little quirky, but I don't think we lose a ton of time here.
Remember, completions matter right now. Parker has slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure what took Parker so long to blaze bed. I guess deciding to blaze bed. Well, here's the thing, actually. If Dougal's not blaze bedding, that means that Doog only has 5 explosives. And that probably means that a lot of the people that did double triple only have 5 explosives. Draconics has like 7. So that could be something to watch right now. Parker's on the bottom right. Here's the people we really want to be focusing on. These 4. Dugile top middle, Loki top right, Draconics mid right, and Parker bottom right. These are the 4 that we're really, really invested in because we need to see the difference between Draconics' triple versus the people who are just really, really pacing right now.
I think Curry brings up a really good point there. Because we've played the fastest bastion route that you can, it means we don't get nearly as many materials as we normally do. And so I've used 1 bed on the blaze spawner, and I'm down to 5, which in my head, I'm like, okay, that should be okay. Like, you can 5 bed and do a 0 cycle, because that's like, in this kind of format, you need to 0 cycle if you want to stay alive. Like, I've lost several because I didn't 0 cycle. And so I'm like, okay, I have 5 here. That should be good. But I think it's really interesting to see how the entire seed ties together. Like, things we're getting in the Bastion matter so much. Like, your string count, it really is going to determine how your end game plays. And, like, one of the players, Draconics, another friend of mine, he played a route with more gold blocks, and so he doesn't really have to worry about explosive count like I do. Or I think I saw even that Doob didn't get even 6 explosives, which I got. Like, he had to mine this. And so finally, I'm leaving the Stronghold. I think I make some really good terrain decisions here, deciding to go up to the right. I know that the second portal is going to be like 200 blocks away. I find this beautiful, like, ravine terrain here. Oh, okay, I guess it's not as good as I thought, but it felt pretty cool in the moment. In the replay, I think maybe only like 1 or 2 people take the same terrain as I do, and I think I make up a lot of time for this play.
Parker also leaving. Seems to be taking very different terrain from what Loki and Dugile did. Is just looking not Pearlin. I guess wants to be really safe with a bow and is actually going to be right near where Dugile is. Parker is right where Dugile is, just higher up and in a better spot even.
And this is where things start getting a little sketchy in the end game. I fall, take a whole bunch of fall damage, and I lose my boat. So I can't boat crawl here. I literally have to mine double the amount of netherrack that I would otherwise. I know I can't pearl to get into crawl mode because I'm just gonna die. And so I just kind of have to tank these 20 blocks of netherrack to build my portal. So I lose, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, but 10 seconds can matter a lot.
And the top 3 people that you'd expect are the top 3 people ahead right now on our screen. Hacks is in the end. Can Dugile and Loki get the preemptive spike? Let's full screen Hacks for a second. Can Hacks hit the 0? It's top 103. This is not going to be an easy 0 for Hacks. Is going to pivot. Not going to go for top, but this is 95. This is a 6 side setup. This is the W side setup right now that all the cool kids are doing. We're going to unfull screen, see what everyone else is doing. Dugile's in the portal room. Parker also in the portal room after hunger reset. This is massive for Parker right now. Dragon dead for Hacks. That should be a first place completion. Can Parker hit the side setup? It's like a 6 explosive side setup. It's a little scary. And Parker says no. I don't know if I agree with this. No, he's only got 5. He can't go for side setup with 5. And bad gamer Jay, I didn't even think of Jay, is going to be the first person to finish. Hacks is going to be second by just a little bit. Loki going for the 0. Has to really mess with these beds. I don't know if Loki's going to finish. Look at Dugile's screen as well. Has to kill the dragon with the thing. Can't. Has to pearl. Gets it. Is that enough? It is. Oh my god, Dugile. Are you joking? Oh my god. Brother. And all this while Parker's waiting. If anyone remembers, in last mid-season showdown, Parker had a very similar situation, was one of the first people to enter the end, but didn't go for 0, and ended up not even completing the seed, and Parker's in danger of that again now. Parker's absolutely in danger of that. What an absurd ending from the 3 people on the top, from Hacks, Dugile, and Loki. And again, none of them even finished, because the person that finished first was, Bad Gamer Jay, who is a very RSG player. There's Crimson, someone I said could finish in the top 10. We have Silver in the end. I don't know what happened to Silver, but Silver's half bowing, so Silver couldn't go for the 0. Parker is still waiting. And Draconics looks to be in a completely different stronghold from everyone else. Auto match is finished. Parker's still waiting. Pearls for no reason because it's not Purge. Oh, he didn't pearl. I thought he pearled. Never mind. Wow. What an absolutely unbelievable 0.
And that's how round 1 ends. The dragon didn't perch for me, and I get 0 points. Friendly reminder, if you get 0 points by the 3rd match, you are kicked out, and it'll be dwindled down to maybe 30 or 40 players. So over these next 2 matches, I need to place in the top 24 at least once.
Wow. Do we know if Parker finished with points? No.
And so as the next match starts, I know I got a little unlucky with that first match, but that's just what happens. That's this category. It's called RSG. I guess this isn't technically RSG, but it's random seed glitchless speedrunning. Like, random stuff's gonna happen, and sometimes it just doesn't pay off. The annoying thing about these seed types is you won't always find the ravine. That's like the biggest RNG factor. Like, sometimes you just might not spot the ravine where you're supposed to go. And I think I see it off in the distance, but it is just really far away. And so I know I'm gonna have a long boat ride ahead. And right about now, I'm kind of settling in, trying to just like, okay, I gotta focus on my gameplay, focus on your keystrokes, focus on your mouse movements. Don't think about the overarching thing. Like, I'm really just trying to lock in.
Wait, was this enter not obvious? Why is no one in the nether already? I thought this enter was like stupidly obvious. Dude, this flint is awful. That's what it is. Okay, Hack's in the nether first by like a lot on our screen. And this doesn't look like the easiest terrain to nav, so I'll be curious if like terrain nav is different. Parker's in the same time as Silver. Parker again, like cooking ahead of Dugile, ahead of Danny, ahead of Loki. Like, okay, Parker. Instead of digging, wants to just go over everything. This actually might end up being a pretty good play for Mustard. I think Mustard is actually going to get to this bastion much quicker than some other people, but did make such a good terrain decision. Look how much quicker he got here instead of Hacks. But Hacks in the bastion now. Everyone kind of here. Parker a little bit slower. Deciding to do manhunt. I vehemently disagree with what Parker's doing right here, but it has the potential to pay off big time. It has the potential to pay off big time here. The reason why manhunt is bad is because you are checking less chests, and it is more of a high roll play in rank, especially when you see that it's double triple. Because it's double triple, like at the top, like you can see everyone else started at the top because it's just better. But manhunt is quicker if, and it's a big if, Parker gets lucky and doesn't have to check the top chests. That's a big thing. Big thing. So Parker could make the time back here, but it is an aggressive play. I don't know if he recognizes that.
To be honest, I didn't do the normal play because I was scared. I wasn't sure how I should be looting those top chests, and so I was like, you know what? I think it's just safer to go down to the bottom. And like Curry said, I didn't really recognize how much more of an aggressive play this was. But that being said, as soon as I checked all my trades, I can actually pearl to the top of the bastion, so it saves me a little bit instead of having to walk all the way up. And I think it's not as bad as it could have been.
And the big kicker is Hacks has golden carrots. Now remember, these players entered with 11 carrots. How many of them are going to end up making golden carrots? Hacks has them. Loki has them. Dugile is going to craft them as well, has nuggets for it. Parker, I don't believe does. Is going to have to get gold up here for golden carrots. If he remembers, he's going to grab the gold block, right? Yes. Okay, Parker's out. Hacks died! Hello? Clipping!
And so now that I have golden carrots, I know I can play a lot more aggressively. They're like literally like the best food source in the game. And so I can just pearl at a whim. The blaze spawner, very standard stuff. Not the cleanest in the world, not the worst in the world. Just very solid. But as soon as I leave the nether to find the stronghold, I get caved.
Everyone's getting caved right now. Do different spawners give different things? That could be big. Let's see Parker's blind. Also caved. Let's see Mustard's blind. It's not caved. Mustard doesn't get caved. That's actually massive. That's actually massive. And this could be a huge time save for Mustard.
So I throw a pearl hang. I'm back in the nether. I know exactly where I'm going for my second portal quartz. I just need a couple more blaze rods. I get it, and I'm totally out. Now, while I'm trying to go to the second portal terrain, I know that I don't have a ton of blocks for zero, so I'm actually mining netherrack, because in my head, I'm like, okay, I really need to flip in zero, because that's why I lost last match, and I know that I don't have a ton of blocks, and this is sort of where that really early thinking comes into play, because like even in the Bastion, I knew I don't have a ton of nether bricks. I'm gonna need something, and maybe that was a mistake of not clearing my inventory well enough, but I mined a couple pieces of netherrack, and I feel pretty comfortable that I have enough blocks to 0. And you'll just see the first person has entered the end, and now I'm in the stronghold.
And Mustard's also in the stronghold, and so is Parker, and so is Dugile. Oh my god, everyone just got in the stronghold, and so is Draconics. Everyone is in the stronghold on our stream. Loki, is this back 100? Are we joking? It's back 100 side setup, I think. I don't know if it was 103 or 100. I think this is the 100 side setup. Parker in end. Is he gonna be able to hit the 0? This is gonna be, Loki needs a lot of damage on this anchor. And he gets it! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude. Loki's so good at the game. Loki's insane. Loki's so good at the game. It just doesn't matter. Parker going for the 0 this time. Draconics building out. Does Parker hit this side setup? It's the 91 side setup. It could fly. He has time. He has time. He has plenty of time. And it flies! He needed to go to 95. He needed to go to 95. Oh my god, Dugile doing the same side setup. I love this side setup from Dugile because it does such insane damage when it flies. What? Oh, Dugile must have also done 91 maybe? Did Dugile also do 91? Like, what is happening? I need an instant replay. What is going on? Loki was so ahead of everyone else, dude. Oh my god. I need to see what happened. Sorry. I need to see where Dugile built to. We need to see where Dugile built to. Is this 91? No. This is the same 95 setup that Loki did. Crimson 5th. Wait, did Mustard do enough? Mustard. No. Finite 6th. Perch for Draconics. Silver done. And Parker once again, the second seed in a row, waiting. Is it a perch? It is. But how many points are we going to lose? People are finishing so fast. Oh my god. Oh my god, Parker kind of trolled, but I think it's okay. Oh! Parker, that might have actually cost him the point. Mustard did kill it. But is Parker gonna get a place? It's top 24, I believe. 23. No! Parker! And no point for Danny again, too. Danny and Parker. Oh no.
And so this next seed, I know I have to get points on this seed, otherwise I'm out. Points means anything above 24th place. Again, I think there was like 74 people, maybe? I forget the exact number. This is a village seed, and I've gotten a lot more confident with my village seeds over the past, like, couple of months, but it's very awkward. I stop at this one blacksmith, I see that there's a crafting table in the house, I want to use that, but I just don't have enough sticks from this dead bushes, so it's like, I have to get cobblestone from the blacksmith, and then I have to go run to get more sticks, and it's all just very unlinear. I have to kill a golem, I have to get food, and what makes this even worse is there were 2 blacksmiths the entire time. So I go for the second blacksmith, and don't really get anything useful out of it. So now I get my wood, and the order in which I've done things, it means I'm at least 30 seconds behind the first person in the nether, behind most of the people at this point, and so I know I really need to play this nether well to catch back up. Once again, it's a housing bastion, and there's the decision to play top down or manhunt, which is what I decide to do here. I get a funny boat break, but most thing I'm happy about is I have not died yet in this seed, and I think on this one, it's actually the correct play to play manhunt. I don't have a ton of blocks. There's terrain, so you can pearl to the top. I think it just totally works out, and maybe I save a little bit of time on people.
I think Silver's in a really good spot right now, even though he's a little bit slower. I think he's actually going to be looking really good Dougal apparently didn't force Manhunt either. That's good. I think forcing Manhunt here is really questionable. I think Doog and Silver playing for consistency, but think about it. Doog and Silver, they just know they're some of the best players in the game, right? Silver is not too far behind.
And so I'm still behind, but I think I've made up some ground, and this route was really nice because I have 20 obsidian. I don't even need to go to the top. I have 9 extra gold on my hotbar. I can use that to make gold picks. I make a bad decision here I thought there was terrain out that staircase, but I have to go all the way over here, and there's perfect terrain this way, which is the direction I've scanned the fort, and now we're onto the fort split. Again, not a whole lot to say here. We just blaze bed the spawners. I think I make a couple gold picks. I even actually make a shield because I know that I didn't get 2 fire reses, which is probably one of the bigger mistakes on this seed. So I know after I blind, I'm probably gonna have to use my shield, and if I fall into lava, that's just game over. So I'm making sure to keep my health up, eating bread. That's like the worst thing to happen is dying on a seed. So you really want to keep your health up, and I think I've been playing very solidly so far. Even looking back on the replays, I'm basically on par with everybody. Similar rod counts, we leave at similar times to second portals. I'm not sure if I made up time here, or maybe I'm just thinking about it differently, but in the moment, I'm still feeling pretty confident about my gameplay. I haven't made any critical mistakes. But over this stronghold and end, I really need to lock in. And that's the tournament over. I was actually pretty close to getting my respawn anchor off, and I did block the lava, but I was on too low of health, and would have been cool to have a video where I come back and get a win, but that is just how it is sometimes.
Dougal also in the end. Parker dead! Parker dead!
And now we're into the outro portion of the video. All I really want to say here is shout out Curryway for like streaming this with all the different perspectives. It made like this an actual video because I can only voice over so much. But if you have like a commentator talking about all the players, it's really nice and useful. So check out his Twitch. He does a lot of speedruns. He's probably streaming right now, and maybe you'll see more of him in the future. But thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Peace.